Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. So today we are looking at the new NUNU rework, NUNU and Willem. They're really emphasizing the fact that it is a boy and it is Yeti. It's not really just NUNU anymore. Like, honestly, I kind of feel like everyone's just going to still call him NUNU anyway, but who knows. I won't do a gameplay of this, but it'll probably be out in like 2 weeks time. So in patch 8.17, he should release. He'll be on the PB tonight, so your sub boxes will probably be flooded with NUNU gameplays. I'm probably not going to do one. I don't want to spam you guys. I don't play the star champion normally anyway. I'm more of an AD carry guy, so I'll leave that to other people. But basically, let's go over his abilities so you know what to expect when he drops in 2 weeks time. He's actually pretty cool. He is still the NUNU that we kind of know already, just a bit more complicated. There's a bit more to him, so he's not as basic. NUNU is a very old champion, a very basic champion, and they've kind of just kept what's actually good about NUNU, but I guess just made him, like, updated him. It's actually pretty good in my opinion. It's a good rework. Make sure you give a thumbs up, thumbs down, depending on how you feel about this one. But let's get into it. So his passive is kind of now, it's kind of like a Blood Boil already. They've taken Blood Boil out, so he doesn't have that anymore, but instead he has this. So damaging enemy champions, large monsters, or structures. And the structures part is pretty cool. There's a tower, for example. Like, when he's actually whacking this, it adds like another level to it. I don't think there is much actually like that in the game at the moment. But anyway, so that is going to increase the attack and move speed of Willem and a nearby ally as well for a few seconds. It prioritizes the AD carry, basically, the one with the highest attack speed. I guess it could be a Yasuo, Trindomir, something. It's just so actually he benefits the person mostly, if that makes sense. But while he's near as well, he's going to be cleaving. So the first part of this, he runs up, he's going to cleave all 3 of these when he has it active after the first hit, which is really nice. But the part that you're really going to care about, and the big part about this, see, Ashe is attacking normally. After he attacks Trundle, it's going to put the buff onto the Ashe, and she's going to be attacking, so she'll have a bit more move speed and a bit more attack as well. So that is where the Blood Bowl's gone. It's now taken out of an ability. Don't have to worry about that. It's just a passive thing that is about NUNU and the reason why you'd pick him, but it's given more space, I guess, more room to have other stuff. So Consume is still there. It's going to do true damage to a creature like a jungle monster. It's going to heal you as well. The heal is now based off of missing health, so the lower health he is, like down here, it's going to heal you for more. So just, again, same mechanic, but like a little different, so that you can, I guess, use it in different ways. Also, you can actually use it against champions. It doesn't do true damage against champions, thankfully. It's not a Cho'Gath ultimate. That would be pretty broken for a normal ability. It does do magic damage instead, and obviously it still heals him as well. So it gives him a bit better team fighting, I guess, because you can actually heal off a champion rather than just like running around and healing off of minions, I guess, at the same time. So same ability really on that one, but this one is completely different. So biggest snowball ever. Think of this like an Aurelian Soul orb. You know, as you fly through, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then eventually it's going to explode and stun everyone around it. Very similar, actually. So he's going to pick up this little snowball, push it, keep pushing it, get it bigger and bigger. When he actually rolls into somebody, though, I mean, it gains size and speed over time, so the longer you have that for, the faster it's going to go, which is going to be pretty funny anyway. But crashing the snowball into a wall, an enemy champion, or a large monster damages and knocks up nearby enemies. So if you want to think, I'm trying to think of a current thing right now, Ornn's knockup, like that, when he crashes into a wall, into the terrain, and knocks everybody up around him, this is going to work very similar like that. There is another part, though, so you could reactivate the ability instead and send a snowball forward into a straight line. That would then damage knock up minions as well, in addition to champions and monsters. So it sounds like the first part of this, if you just crash it into something, if you want to guide it in like this, that's not going to hit minions or anything like that. But if you just release it and you push it and it just goes off, that will hit minions. It will still knock stuff up as well. And the damage and duration of the knock up increases with the size of the snowball. So if you use it point blank, it's not actually going to be that good. If you roll it, it's going to be beastly. I guess it's the same, really, honestly, with Aurelian Soul and how the stun works with that. So Snowball is going to be a little bit different. You fire this 3 barrage now, and you actually have a second part to it as well. It's a different mechanic. You can see the snow above, and that is actually called Snowbound, funnily enough. So with that, when this explodes, it's going to root the person there, and they'll be briefly rooted after that. But it can actually hit more than one person, so it's going to fire up to 3 volleys. So we see here 1 second, it's going to swap over to the others. Fires the first one on Elise, second one on Lissandra, third one Trundle. It looks to be distance-based, who it's going to hit to start with. So it focuses the closest target and then otherwise. But when you're running around afterwards, obviously encourage you to get into the middle of a fight, really, because you're going to jump in here and then obviously root everybody around you after that barrage hits, which is actually pretty nice. Like, it's given him some crowd control. It is a slow, by the way, on the volley itself, so you still have the slow part, but then you have a root after that, which kind of makes it even better, because I think the idea of this is that you would run in with your E. You would do this, so we skip to that part again. So you'd run in like this with your snowballs active, hit everybody around like this, and then here you would press your ultimate, And the thing is, like, your ultimate slows, and then if they're still in that, then you could chain your E into your ultimate. So now NUNU actually has some setup for his absolute zero, which is very, very similar. Honestly, it's going to slow. It's going to do a bunch of damage if they remain in there. You can cancel it early still if you want to. Channeling from a brush or fog of war won't reveal NUNU. So basically, this is pretty much, it looks to be exactly the same. Honestly, it slows him as a channel. Like, he can't move. He does gain a shield though, so I guess that's a tiny different part about the NUNU there. But the thing that I'm excited for is that if he uses E root into his ultimate, he actually has a way to guarantee it hits, which before he didn't really have, right? You can slow somebody, but it's not going to be that great. So it actually looks pretty good. Like, he still probably is going to be a jungler, I would imagine, but he would have some support elements to this as well. Like, you'd be able to attack, and your AD carry would obviously get the bonus attack here as well, and the move speed, which would be really good. So his passive is a bit more useful. You're going to have this W snowball, so you could run, I guess, down the lane. It's not that great, I guess, but you could kind of gank your own lane by running down here like this, like into the bot lane, which will be pretty good. And then with your E is kind of some poke as well. We'll have to see damage numbers, but even so, it's a root, and then into your ultimate as well. So he could, I think, be a support. He's probably going to be a jungle, honestly, like a jungler still, because he has, like, I guess he has his consume, obviously, which is built for jungling, really. It's built for clear speed and stuff like that, like objective control. So it's still kind of the same reasons you'll pick NUNU. It's just like he does a little bit more and slightly different at the same time, if that makes sense. Let's just watch the gameplay stuff very quickly to end this video. I don't want to make it too long, honestly, but I think looking at the gameplay stuff is quite important for, like, understanding how NUNU is actually going to be played at the same time. And again, looking at the tips and tricks. So this is exactly actually what I just said. I guess it's support though. He sorry, is a jungler. He's kind of ganking. He's going to run in, get a knock up onto the Braum. That honestly seems to do pretty much no damage, but the really important part is that he does have a root, which is set up for the rest of it, and obviously Kai'Sa is getting benefit out of the passive at the same time. He's still mega tanky. If you look at this, it is a level 9 NUNU in that situation. So, I mean, obviously, like, the first thing is he looks like he's built tank here, right? So, Sindhulk, it's not AP or anything like that. This, if it, oh, it hits the Braum's shield, right? So that would be why it probably doesn't do much damage. That's kind of difficult to show, but he actually activates his E here. He fires the E onto the Braum, but then he rolls forward and he hits the root onto Xayah, which is reset. Oh, okay, so he fires a snowball onto Braum, runs forward, and the snowballs fire again onto Xayah. Even though she wasn't in range of the first cast, because he moves forward, the snowballs actually hit Xayah as well. So that's going to be a good part. You can actually chase, and obviously, like, the root then sets up the rest of this kill, I guess, at the same time. But he is mega tanky, and he is going to be able to heal with his Q onto champions as well, like that, to finish, right? So actually, your consume now, if you max this first, you have excellent, like, control, obviously, and, like, better clear speed and stuff, because you can heal and you can farm a bit better. But you can actually chomp champions. I'm guessing it does a decent amount of damage as well. So maxing consume is actually not that bad anymore. Before, like, if you maxed it, you just couldn't gank because you do, like, no damage, right? Imagine now you're actually going to max it. You're going to heal a lot. I'd imagine the healing scales up as well. And then you can do even more damage. That sounds pretty sick. Okay, let's look at the next one. So, building a snowball again, rolling it in. He actually has some good control here. That is the jankiest bubble rolling ever. But you see, that's kind of troll, honestly. Why would you put that in there? I guess it's just like taking the piss and saying that. Yeah, but you can see over time he's actually getting faster. There's two things here. So he is getting faster as he's running around, like faster and faster, which is good. And he actually releases a snowball here. I wonder if you release it, if it does more damage. Because I don't know, I don't see otherwise why you would fly it in, like, when you're that close. But still, like, Jin flashes out, obviously, so you can see it just kind of builds up. But it looks like his entire thing is around this massive-ass snowball now. Like, going into the jungle camp probably to AoE that down. Going through here to get a knock-up. Like, you've got to remember now, like, NUNU has a slow. In this, he has a knock-up with his snowball. He has a root as well, and he has a slow with his ultimate. So there are two slows in the kit. There's a knock-up, and there's a root as well. So that's a lot of crowd control, honestly, for a champion to have, like a supporty kind of style champion, which it seems to be that kind of playstyle, right? He is pretty tanky. You can see by the clips there. I'll just play it through again so you can watch, but every single time he's kind of helping a teammate out. He's not doing it himself. He doesn't look like the kind of champion where he's designed to go nuts. I'm sure you can stack AP and you can probably make that snowball really hurt, which is going to be amazing, but it doesn't seem like that's his job. It seems like his job is more to tank and stuff. if that makes sense. So that's going to be, I guess, where we're going to see NUNU, but it does look like he's intended to be a jungler. I would think that he's actually going to be better as well. We can read through some of this as well. It gives us a little idea of how he's going to be played and stuff. But obviously, I think in the gameplay video is like a little bit better at showing that anyway. But make quick meals of jungle monsters, obviously with consume, which makes sense. Crashing into the camp with the biggest snowball, which we talked about as well. And you keep on rolling as you roam between lanes. That's another good thing actually, is if like your mid lane's getting ganked in your bot lane or something, you could roll and the move speed boost would actually let you get across the map pretty easily, so you could counter gank quite a lot. As you can see though, he's not just like a snowball bot, you know, a snowball bot and buffing. He's buffing the Kai'Sa in these clips anyway, but he's like focused on doing other stuff during it, which I think actually makes it like more interesting to play, if that makes sense. Last thing I'm going to look at, obviously the skins are absolutely sick, but tips and tricks as well, because it gives you an idea how you're actually going to play it. So you stick around after ganking to take an early objective with Call of the Freljord, which is part of the passive here. You're going to be able to cleave while Will up his Call of the Freljord. His basic attacks cleave the immediate area for a portion of damage, which is going to be great. So that's that part of it as well. So it is basically another, I guess, like a kind of objective style jungler, which he already is kind of at the moment. I both get the attack speed as well. Be sure to whale the tower away before rolling off. So that is what we said before. He's going to be really good taking objectives because his passive works on the structures. Ganking with this, we've seen already, is a cool move. Once you get the hang of handling, it's also the fastest way through the jungle, which was actually something we said. He's going to be able to move around quite a lot. It's not going to be as slow anymore. Try channeling Absolute Zero right after using a stone. This is exactly what we said as well. You fling the ice to mark them. You're going to root them, and then it's like trapped in your ultimate, and you're going to get a ton of damage. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I said we shouldn't make it too long, but I got a bit excited because he actually seems really cool. There's a lot to him. I think they did a really good job with this one. I wasn't a fan of Aatrox, I'm not going to lie. The Akali one was decent, but again, I don't like the obscure mechanic. But this actually seems, you have counterplay, you have a clear purpose why you'd pick it. He does fit into the game. He's not unhealthy for the game. I actually feel like this is a pretty good update, honestly. But anyway, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and for now, actually, I'm not going to leave you with the robots today because I'm going to straight upload this. So yeah, I'll just catch you in tomorrow's video.